Hi, this is Dieter for SiteManager.io. In this video, I'm going to explain how you can use the A/B testing module inside Smart Content. So to use it, you need to go to the settings of your projects like you see on the screen right here, and you click Upgrade Projects, go to the Smart Content section, and make sure that A/B logic is selected, and then return to the settings page to log in to your project. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the configuration of Smart Content, just as we did in the video about personalized content. So we go to the code environment and click Smart Content. As you can see, we already have added the group A and group B inside the configuration panel. So the difference is for the configuration of the group is that it's a private group, and we will not use the parameter or anything like that to put people in a certain group. We're going to use the smart rule set, which we're going to explain later. And we will store it as a session because we don't need to remember what group the visitor was in. And it's very important that the group is unique so that a visitor can only be in group A or group B and not in both. And these are the site manager variables and group ID for the API that we discussed in the previous video. And the same settings are applied to the second group. So also a public session unique group. To the rest of the configuration, we have disabled the enable URL login because we don't need it for A/B testing. And we could still copy the smart rules. We are not using the forms right now, but we do use the access logic configuration and the A/B testing configuration. So right here we have enabled access logic for all site manager options for the content, the pages, and the databases. In this example, we're only going to show it for the content again. For A/B testing, it's the same thing. You can disable the smart rules for the content components, for the pages, and for databases. In this example, we're going to use it for pages. So this is it. And to show you how it works, I will now return to the content application. And we're right here, we're on the home page, and we have once again two versions of our booking. And we are going to test which one of these is performing the best. And to do this, we're going to go to the home page, so the page properties. And as you can see, there's the smart rule set is also available here. And this time we're going to add a rule, and we are going to add a rule, and we're going to select A/B testing. And now we can select which group and what percentage this group has to be shown when somebody visits the page. In this example, we're going to do a 50-50 split. Notice that the combined A/B percentages has to be 100%, otherwise this rule will not work. You can also use this is a little tip. If you don't want to use parameters, you can use the A/B testing logic. If somebody visits a page, to put somebody in a group 100% of the time. So that could be a really nice way to not use parameters to put visitors in certain groups. So now we're going to do the same thing again, but for group B, and also set the percentage to 50%. And you will notice that the error is gone, and you will be able to reset, to edit the percentage and reset the views. So what are the views? Every time a visitor sees a page rendered in A or B form, it will count how many times this has happened. So with our tracking that we added with Google Tag Manager, we'll be able to calculate which one of these is performing the best, but I'm going to show you that later. So we click Save and close our panel. And then we do basically exactly the same thing as in the previous video of Smart Content, where we are going to add logic to these two call to actions. So we go to the options and go to the Smart Content section and add the rule that only visitors who are in group A will be able to see this content. And we do the exact same thing for group B. Like this. So to test this, we are going to publish our website. Every time the page is loaded, the visitor will be put in group A or group B depending on the percentage that we set in our smart rule. So in this case, it's 50-50. So every time we refresh the page, the visitor will see a different booking call to action. As you can see right now, every time I refresh, I'm pressing F5, you can see it changes because there's only one visitor on the website right now. Now I'm going to return to the page property for the AB rules that we set right here. And now you can see every time the page was visited, it counts the views. So this is one part of the metric that you have so that you know how many times the A/B testing has been performed. The second thing you obviously have to do is add tracking to your project. In this example, I've used Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics, but you can use any tracking that you like or create some tracking of your own if you want to do that. But I guess most people will use Tag Manager and Google Analytics. I quickly logged into another project to show you how to add Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager to your project. So you go to the Upgrade Center, where you go to SEO and Analytics, and you will notice that Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager are right here, so you can just select them and add them to your site. As you can see, I'm now logged into Google Tag Manager, and I've created a couple of tags. So I created a tag for the A button and the B button from our call to action that's linked to our Google Analytics. And then we created triggers when somebody clicks the button, which we have given an ID in Site Manager. It will trigger that this button has been clicked to our Google Analytics. So I'm going to go to Google Analytics. Now that we have logged into Google Analytics and we went to the behavior events overview, you can see how many times which button has been clicked, and then you compare it with the total views. If it's 50-50, you already know it might be very close, obviously. This is how you can check out, compared to the views, how many times is being clicked in general, and also which of the two variants is outperforming the other, depending on the sample size, obviously. This is the end of this video. If you have more questions about smart content, you can visit our knowledge base, which the link is shown on screen right now. And you can also send us an email or let us know what you're thinking, and we will be happy to help you out. Thank you for watching.